football players, his teammates in the house tonight, including their star quarterback Brady Quinn, the great receiver Jeff Samardzija, tight end Anthony Fasano. There's like 30 of these guys here. There's Tommy Z. They call him Tommy Z. Now again, this guy is a boxer. He's been an amateur boxer since 9 years of age. So it's not like this is a football player deciding, I think I'll become a pro boxer. He's been doing it all of his life as an athlete, and it's been right there with football as the love of his sporting life. And he's had great talent and success. 75-15 as an amateur. He wants to try the pros. The NCAA made it possible. Charlie Weiss, his football coach, agreed to let him go and do it, and here he is, the thrill of his life. 21 years old, 214 pounds he weighed in at. He stands 6 feet tall, and he can run like a deer, which he probably won't be doing within the confines of the ring tonight, but he's a fast guy. His opponent is from Akron, Ohio. Don't you love that? He's 32 years old. He's had only 4 pro fights. He has a security company, acts as a bouncer and a bodyguard, and he's in shape, this guy. 227 pounds. The New York rules are in effect for this fight. 10-point system. 3 judges doing the scoring. No standing 8 count. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Can't be saved by the bell in any round, and the referee or doctor can stop the fight as they just did in the preceding fight with the corner of Cuevas going along with it immediately. So Tommy Z gets to have his moment of glory here before he goes back and becomes just another football player preparing for the start of the Notre Dame season. But
I saw Bell coming into the garden this evening. He looked like a serious opponent. His trainer told me, look, we didn't come here to be a sideshow. So this could turn out to be some brawl between a boxer and a football player. Well, a boxer, 2 boxers.
Now, let's not forget, a few years ago, they brought a guy named Butterbean in here into the garden to fight an opponent with a pretty undistinguished record, and Butterbean left as a knockout victor for the first time in his career.
Robert Bell, you might have noticed here, if you're a college football fan, is wearing an Ohio State Buckeye jersey, which he promptly went out and got as soon as he signed up for this fight. And that is a not so subtle reminder that Ohio State beat the hell out of the Irish in the bowl game after Notre Dame's 9-3 season.
Well, that's good. If Tommy Z hasn't had enough motivation, now he has a little bit more.
Well, he asked Tommy Z, well, who would you like to be fighting? He said, anybody with a USC jersey. Well, probably just like to forget about Ohio State. Right. So he'll have that same motivation. It just adds to all of the color and excitement of this show tonight. This is just a lot of fun, and boxing fans are having a treat. And it's not over yet. We've still got the best fighter on the card to come. Miguel Cotto in the main event, and a youngster from Brooklyn who thinks he can prove he's better than Cotto. That would be Polly.
There's a guy like Angelo Dundee, who's been in boxing forever, followed guys like Cuman Basilio and Muhammad Ali. Well, yours truly.
And you, yeah, I know you have a ton of respect for
all
Angelo.
of these years, and there he is, as enthusiastic as ever, as though he's fighting for a world title.
He's a mere 82 years old. Why shouldn't he be?
Wonderful wife he's got, too.
Yes.
She's followed him forever, too.
Helen.
His corner man, his corner person.
Tommy Z went to work in Miami with Angelo Dundee, and it wasn't originally part of the deal that Angelo would come here for this fight, but he got so excited about the kid. He liked him so much, how hard he worked, how much he listened to Angelo, and so Angie says, I want to go. Bob Arum, the promoter, said, you're there, man. Come up to the fight and be in his corner. Charlie Weiss, the Notre Dame coach, was going to be here, but he's doing a charity fundraiser in Carolina, and right now I know he's listening to us and watching it, I'm sure, with a whole bunch of folks who are eager to see what Tommy Z does in his pro debut.
Probably holding his breath to make sure his star safety doesn't get hurt.
Well, everybody said that to Charlie. He wasn't really too concerned about that. He said, you know, this guy's been an amateur boxer, and, you know, he knows what he's doing, and he's in great shape. I know that because, you know, he's been in the spring training with the football team, so he didn't seem to be too concerned about that. He believed it when Tommy Z said, don't worry, coach. Plus, he said, hey, they're paying him 25 grand. That's more than most of my kids are going to see in a summer's work.
They don't pay lifeguards that much,
$20,000. I only made $5,000 for my first professional fight.
No whining now, George.
Oh, wait a minute. That was a long time ago.
These are inflationary times.
I still have some of that money.
That was good money
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we present a highly anticipated heavyweight special attraction scheduled 4 rounds of boxing. Once again, brought to you by Top Rank Incorporated and DeBella Entertainment in association with Nemiroff and Madison Square Garden. Introducing to you our 3 judges scoring this bout from ringside: John Mackay, Ron McNair, and Tony Paolillo. And our 3rd man to the ring, the referee in charge of this bout, Arthur Mercanti. All right, fans, here we go with the big boys of the sport, heavyweights in action. 4 rounds of boxing scheduled. Introducing to you first on my right, he is fighting out of the blue corner, entering the ring in the colors of his favorite team, the red and white of Ohio State. Hailing from Akron, Ohio, he weighed in at 227 3/4 pounds. His record is even up, 2 wins, 2 losses, with 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Big Robert Bell, the Disciple. And his opponent across the ring on my left tonight, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white and blue, and hailing from Chicago, Illinois. He weighed in at a ready 214 pounds, an accomplished amateur boxer with 75 wins in his 90 bouts. Here is the University of Notre Dame All-American defensive back and football team captain. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight making his professional debut, introducing Tommy Z. Tommy Zbikowski. Once again, Arthur Mercanti, our referee in charge.
Good evening, gentlemen. You received the rules earlier in the night by the New York State Athletic Commission. I expect a nice, clean fight. Touch gloves. Good luck to the both of you.
Well, you know, in Notre Dame, there's a boxing championship held there every year called the Bengal Bout. Started when Newt Rockney was on the campus, the football coach back in the 20s. They don't allow guys that fight as many amateur fights as Tommy Z has had to compete in it. They encourage kids to come in and learn how to fight and compete for the Bengal Bouts, and all the money goes to the missions for the Holy Cross Fathers of Notre Dame. There have been a lot of football players who've been in the Bengal Bouts, including Ross and Jim Browner, Ken McAfee, and even Rudy, Dan Rudiger of the famous film Rudy. And Tommy Z, of course, comes from the Golden Gloves tradition. But boxing is big at Notre Dame, and he is the biggest thing they've ever had.
It seems Bell is just looking for one big punch. Can't let a guy hit on you while you're...
Oh, there's a left and a right by Zbikowski, and down goes Bell, opening seconds of the fight.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You all right?
Zbikowski, a right hand lead, and that's it. It took exactly 2 shots to send Bell down, and he was done for the night. One more after he suggested he could continue, and Arthur Mercanti let him take one more shot, and that was it. Great training job, Angelo.
Proud moment for Angelo Dundee. The knockout still following him around.
That's right.
And he's as happy tonight as if he was just stepping out of the corner with Muhammad Ali.
And there's the Notre Dame football players. There's Brady Quinn right there. Now there's a crowd of their
Just
teammates.
couldn't unwind. He's had some fights, but he just couldn't get unwind.
He came in with 4 professional fights. He had knocked out his opponent in the 2 he won. He had lost 2. But Zbikowski just attacked from the opening bell. Zbikowski comes over to say nice going, congratulate his effort, but he didn't have a chance to have much of an effort.
Now this guy was ready. He's all psyched up. They let him play that song before the fight. Don't ever let them sing a victory march like that. So I think Bell thought he would extend him for a round or 2 and then go for it.
Well, we didn't learn much about Tommy Z as a boxer, but we can see he can punch.
The right hand, and he's tumbling from this point on.
It was really that first punch, wasn't it? I mean,
yeah, it was a tumbling effect. It was just one straight boom. Spin him all the way around. Now, that's a lot to knock a man that big. Watch this. Spin his body around. Look. You don't want to get hit like that. I've had that happen to me, and it's not nice.
Well, and you've done it to a couple other people, too, along the way, George. Now, there's a smiling Tommy Z. What a thrill for him. And he'll be the first, I'm sure, to say, hey, you know, okay, I didn't really get a chance to show too much here tonight, but what an exciting moment for him.
They should not allow, if I was going to fight this guy, I'd let him have nothing but a rap song. Nothing. It's like, you get the rap like the rest of us guys.
Well, you know, he wanted something else other than the victory march, but he was talked into it. I mean, how could you not play the victory march if you've got the Notre Dame football player?
Psych.
It had to be here in New York, where there are thousands of Notre Dame fans following their football team. So now he goes back to his real job. Charlie Weiss says, okay, enough of that. Get back here, get your uniform on, and do your 2 days with us. Let's go to Jimmy Lennon.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 49 seconds of round number one. Our referee in charge, Arthur Mercati, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout in his professional debut, Tommy Z.
is with Tommy Z.
All righty, I am with Tommy Z. Made his pro debut today. So what was it? The Ohio State jersey that set you off?
6-7 weeks of training, man. I've been, going at it hard with my trainers, Danny, Angelo, and Sam. I want to come out here and show that I'm a boxer. This isn't just a football player coming out. This is a boxer.
All right, so is there going to be a second pro fight, or is this the end of your career?
The way this one went, I'm going to have to come back. I got to.
So how did you feel before the fight as you do compared to before a football game?
I was just anxious. I knew I was ready to go. I just wanted to get in the ring and show what I could do.
Here's what you did. Take a look at it. You can comment on it if you wish.
I know he was, he wasn't all the way down, so I kept throwing that hook. They teach you to keep going until he's done, until the ref, stops it.
Were you waiting for a whistle to blow?
Nah, I'm going to keep going. I'm not stopping until someone stops me.
All righty. Well, now your next stop is Notre Dame for training camp. Do you think that, and I'm serious now, is there a possibility you will box again as a pro?
I hope so. We're going to see how this season goes. I'm turning my focus completely with, Coach Weiss, the coaching staff, and my teammates that showed up here. We're going to come out. We're getting a national championship this year.
All right, now let me ask you this. It was a pretty easy fight by fight standards. I know that you wanted to come out and make a big splash here. Were you looking for a little bit more action?
They put whoever in front of me. I don't care who they put in front of me. I'm going to fight them.
Were you shocked by the kind of reception you got here in New York? I know Notre Dame is one of those teams that even people who don't care about college football care about, but, this almost seemed like you were in South Bend.
It was. I know my team. They're deep over there, and I know, Notre Dame fans are nationwide, coast to coast, and they're going to show their support. We got the best fans in the country.
All righty, Tommy Z, who made a successful pro debut today. Maybe a second fight here, but what he knows, he's going to be making interceptions next year for Notre Dame. What? And back to you guys at ringside.
Okay, Wally, well, that was about as exciting as you can get for a few seconds of boxing because of the tremendous build-up and the story involved with the Notre Dame football player who wants to be a boxer and a football player. And he may have some choices, George Foreman. How much could you?
$25,000 you take home for, 2 minutes? You can't beat it.
So he's learned at least that part of how boxing works. But, what could you tell, if anything, in something so short against an opponent with only 4 pro fights.
He can punch. There's no doubt about it. And you can't take that away from him tomorrow. For the next 10 years, he'll be able to punch, and that's all you need to know. He's not a boxer, but who needs to be when you can hit like that?
That's right. Well, we'll see what happens next. He supposedly has 2 more fights in his contract with Top Rank, and we'll see what happens because he does have some football to play.
That's exciting. Exciting for New York City.
All right, we've got a main event coming up here that should be a dandy. Miguel Cotto. And you've heard this place just literally raise the roof here for the various boxers that have already been on the card, but for sure the Puerto Rican contingent is very much here.